Is crypto bullish or is it bearish? Is Bitcoin going to go back to 80 or 70K, or are we going to hold and continue going up? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Today, we are going to be covering the charts, right? But we are also going to do something a little bit different. We are going to dive more into the news. And based off these events, I want you guys to let me know, are we bullish or are we bearish? Because the thing is, some people believe, we will be going lower in terms of Bitcoin and altcoins. Some people believe there won't even be an altcoin season. Some people do believe there will be an altcoin season, right? So we will just have to see how everything plays out. Of course, I already have my certain bias based off news, based off data, based off the charts. But even then, that doesn't mean you have to have the same opinion as me, right? So we're gonna dive into a couple of things. We are gonna do something a little bit different this time, where we pretty much talk about the news very heavily. And like I said, we are gonna come to a conclusion. So first thing is first, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about this crypto.com news, right? Pretty much they got the green light for EEA wide crypto services. So pretty much we can see that crypto services in EEA reached a significant milestone as crypto.com secured comprehensive regulatory approval to operate across all European Economic Area member states. Okay. So this breakthrough in crypto regulations, right, brings real change to the crypto market. It sets up clear standards for crypto platforms across Europe while building a stronger foundation for regulated crypto services in EEA territories. So look, right? The EU this is very bullish news, right? This is big, right? This is actually really huge because if crypto.com is going to get the green light, probably other, big exchanges will. And then, from there, it's going to most likely create a compound effect where, pretty much most countries, most places, most people will be able to purchase crypto. It's funny. Last year I was on a trip, right? I went to multiple countries. One of them was Poland. We talked to the people in banks about cryptos. They're like, no, 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 the crypto this, crypto that. But I bet you now everything has changed. This is why you can't always listen to the news and then jump in, because you are going to be much later than your average person. That's why you have to see 2 steps forward as a trader, right? What is the direction we are going? What makes sense logically? And what do the charts say, right? Another big piece of news is that Fed Chair Powell won't block banks from serving crypto customers. This is huge. This guy can, with just a couple of words, can sometimes dump the market or pump it, right? Very dangerous for leverage traders to be in positions while he is talking or when news comes out. There's many memes about him, but at the end of the day, a lot of people do get wrecked, but sometimes people do make, very, very nice money off of him, right? So pretty much he said that the Federal Reserve won't block, banks from serving legal crypto customers. The chair says that the Fed doesn't plan to get in the way of crypto banking and is in fact granting banks permission to serve cryptocurrency customers. Ladies and gentlemen, that is huge. We know America is pretty much the face of many things in this world, especially when it comes to finances, especially when it comes to crypto. Trump gave the green light and many countries are looking to be following. And as long as America is very pro crypto and very bullish, then, ladies and gentlemen, it's just going to create a compound effect, right? So this is huge. This is fantastic. This is what I like to see, right? Fantastic news. Thumbs up to Mr. Powell himself, right? Another thing we will dive into a little bit, Coinbase to launch pretty much Sol futures, right? Uh, bullish, bullish, bullish. Three bullish news in a row, right? Coinbase is set to launch Solana and Hedera, right? Futures. Indeed, the platform failed to list the futures contracts for both tokens earlier this year, with them set to go live on or after February 18th, according to the filing, right? So we can see more pro crypto news, more pro crypto news. This is what we like to see. I know what people are going to say right away, and I'm going to answer it while there's still a lot of viewer attention. Listen, guys, just because good news comes out doesn't mean automatic pump, right? Just because something bad happens doesn't mean automatic big dump, right? You have to realize when it comes to the charts, right? This all happens for a reason, whether or not you believe it or not, or whether or not you think, oh, well, when we dumped to 92K, right? People are saying, well, it's because Trump did tariffs. Well, I say no, because we've been talking about 92K since we were over here, right? Over here. And in fact, we were actually talking about 92K when we were over here. So mid January, we're talking about this. And the whole tariff news came out 2 weeks later, right? So people can believe what they want, but I personally believe the charts will always be king, right? Of course, news is still important. If every crypto, if every country was starting to block and ban crypto, then things would definitely not pump as much. Although I do think there'll still be an altcoin season, right? So it is important to listen to news, but you can't also live and die by the news unless it's something really big, like let's say the Solana owner, for example. I don't even know if this is possible, but let's say he's like, oh, well, actually, we're going to create double the amount of Solana. That is going to cause some chaos, right? All right. I'm just giving some hypothetical out of the blue moon scenario, but right. So things like that are important. But other than that, these types of news are just good, but they're not ultimately going to get us to the end goal, right? We also see another thing though, Michael, right? Saylor's strategy buys 700 and pretty much 50 worth of Bitcoin, right? 750 million worth of Bitcoin has been bought in the last recent couple of days. I mean, look, companies are going big, right? Big billionaires going big, banks are going big on Bitcoin, and you're still bearish, guys. Come on, right? Come on. I know price action has to do what it has to do. Sometimes it's a little bit scarier, sometimes it's not. But I mean, just in terms of fundamental news, we are so bullish, and this is just me covering a couple news pieces over the last couple days. I cover a lot of news in the Discord, but over here on the channel, I don't cover too much news, and this is just a couple of things that has come out in the last few days or that are kind of relevant now, right? But there's been bullish news for months and months now, right? Another one is Hong Kong now accepts Bitcoin, Ethereum as proof for investment, right? So very, very big. We do want to see, these Asian countries, the Arabic countries, the rich countries getting involved in crypto. That only means our bags will be bigger. That only means we will be doing better and better in the future in terms of gains. Personally, that is all I care about, right? I have zero connection to any coin other than, its utility, its purpose, and etc. But obviously, at one point, I'm going to sell. I'm an investor, right? I'm not getting married to, these tokens, right? But we can see, right? Very, very, very big, good bullish news, right? If we dive into the charts for a little bit, right? We did dive down a good amount. We didn't go to our 92 to 93K area, but this may just be enough because at the moment we did break structure and we are very, very bullish, right? We are very bullish. We sold off here. We went lower as expected. We didn't hit the extreme lows. However, we are re-breaking structure and we have to see how we react off of this price, right? We are very bullish at this moment, but however, ladies and gentlemen, what I do want to see is the 4 hour candle, close very, very well. I do overall think we will overtake. I mean, look at the amount of weak selling pressure there is. We did pretty much hit almost into our zone. Remember, it doesn't always have to pull back as far as, for example, I want it to, right? What I was expecting was something like this type of, pullback where we go very, very far. However, obviously, if the bias does change, then, it is what it is. We do have to break over this and close in terms of candles to pretty much confirm that we are going to be creating higher highs. And of course, when we pull back, we have to hold to create a higher low. And, ultimately, that is what I generally expect over the next couple of days. Of course, I'll still be skeptical of this whole area down here of 92 to 93K. But the thing is, right, with the market, if the market shifts, then the market shifts. And, sometimes we don't get the pullbacks we want nor expect, right? When we go to Bitcoin dominance, we can actually see Bitcoin dominance is falling, but Bitcoin is going up. So that means there's more money in the markets. We can see as of right now, ladies and gentlemen, if we look at the 4 hour, right? The 4 hour is, boom, 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 boom. Lower lows are created. However, we are in the zone. So we could potentially see reversals. If we do see reversals, I expect something like this, right? Or we could break lower and, continue going down. This isn't necessarily a bad thing no matter which way we go. As long as there's more overall inflow in the market, then we are going to be seeing recoveries in terms of altcoins, right? Bitcoin dominance goes down doesn't mean Bitcoin's going to go down, right? Bitcoin dominance goes up doesn't mean altcoins are going to necessarily bleed out right away, right? If there's more money coming in and it's just, the separation, how well it's distributed is a little bit different, then so it doesn't really matter, right? If it's Bitcoin's going dominance going up or down, especially if there's a lot more money coming in. We can see some of these prices are already solid. Ondo back at $1.38, ICP at 730. I believe all these coins will explode. The one thing I do want to touch up before we leave, ladies and gentlemen, right? We can see that this is very similar to Bitcoin. We are overall starting to create some type of support. We do want to break out of this zone and go up. I believe we're going to go hit the multiple trillions, upwards of 10 trillion, possibly this cycle. We will see how it goes. If we do hit those big numbers, ladies and gentlemen, right, we could see something like this where we go up to 6 trillion first, dive back down to 4, and go something like this. I'm not saying that's exactly what will happen. We obviously how it plays out. My personal goal is to cash out in the first big rally, right? Obviously, all right, get the profits, do what I have to do. If I see opportunity in the future, like let's say something like this does play out, and I see, potentially another 5, 10, 15x for high probability coins, then I will be putting, a good amount of my profits, not all of them, but let's just say 20% of those profits back into this. So let's just say, you know, if you're a big boy, right? Let's say you turn 100K into a million, then hypothetically in this scenario, I would risk 200K to try to turn that to another, 2M's, right? Something like that. We will talk about game plans in the future. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.